Hello and welcome to yet another unboxing of SHF Guards, and today we will unbox Kamen Rider Sango or Master Rider 3. And I'm pretty excited about this because it's the first new release of SHF Guards with this smaller box that I will unbox. Actually, I also bought some other riders, but I haven't unboxed them yet. And I really like the concept of the figure because it's, of course, the design came from the older version of Showa generation riders, which I really dig, and I collect the Showa riders. But it has a more modern side to it, so it's like a reimagined version of the Showa rider, just like the Kamen Rider the first and Kamen Rider the next. And if I'm not mistaken, he appeared in the Kamen Rider Grand Prix or something with Kamen Rider Drive. I haven't really watched the entire series, but I watched his first appearance there, and it's really cool. So before we open it, let's go through the box first. So it's like what I mentioned before, the box is a bit smaller compared to the standard SHF Guards box, so it's slimmer, so you don't really have lots of free space here. So mainly it's just the figure and one line of the accessories that you have, mainly the interchangeable hands over here. And it's like any standard SHF Guards, the non-limited one box. It also has this clear plastic as a window here, so you can see what you have inside the figure. And on the other side, on the back side, you can see the illustration of the figure and how you pose it. And here it comes with some effects, like the rider kick effects and some kind of a turbo effects for levitation. And here he's touching the chain that he has on his wrists over here. We'll see more about that when we open the figure. So without further ado, let's do it. Oh yeah, sorry. And on the side you have the illustration of Sango over here, and over here is part of the big illustration you have on the other side of the box. So let's open it. It's pretty slim, but it opens from the side, which makes it a bit weird. I don't know, because I'm not really used to this kind of concept. And there we go. You should get, yeah, it's like the other standard SHF Guards release. You have the brochure here, which contains things that you have inside the box and also how to deal with them. Here, for example, you have an instruction on how to put on the scarf, how to change the standard I don't know, some kind of accessories that he has on the belt, change it into the one with the turbo to make him levitate, and also instruction for the rider kick. And the variety of hands that you have, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So, and here we go. Voila, Kamen Rider Sango inside the clamshell. You have Sango, you have 3 pairs of extra hands, and that's, I mean, they made it a bit thicker, so actually, yeah, they put like 2 clamshells here. First one is for the figure and the basic things, and second one is for the effect. They made it like this so that it can actually fit into the smaller box, so perhaps the box is slightly thicker from the side, so it's slimmer from the front. And that's all that we have from this figure, so let's just check it out. This is the figure of Kamen Rider Sango. The first impression that I have when I open him is that, damn, he's huge. And we'll check about the difference in the ratio or scale later on, because I have the Kamen Rider Shin Ichigo there, way back, so you can really compare if this figure is really bigger and how bigger is it compared to the standard SHF Guards. So the first thing that I notice is also the brass plate over here, which is really sleek and nice. And it's like what I said before, it's like the reimagined version of the older series, so you have more angles over here. You know, it's a bit sharper unlike the previous one, so it has the more modern look, even though it basically it's the same basic design. And also for the head, not sure for you, but for me it's more similar to the Kamen Rider the first and the next compared to the old Ichigo. And here you have some kind of a plastic. Here they put it on the neck. I'm not sure to protect his neck from what, but yeah, I will try to take it out now. If it's hard, I will just do it later. a biggie. And the color is really nice. Here is like the turquoise color, and the black, it's all matte finishing. And here you have the golden lining on the behind. It's like the old Ichigo and Nigo, and also in the first version actually you have this motif. It reminds me to the wings of a grasshopper. Perhaps that's what really they want to make. And also the feet, it looks really nice because on the angle, on the here on the how to call that, the joints, there's some linings, and also here, which makes it more realistic. It's as if it's the suit that the actor wears inside of the hard plate that he uses as a cloth. So yeah, now, and also the belt is really nice. It looks like the old Ichigo and Nigo, with the transparent plastic here in front protecting the Typhoon inside, or perhaps Typhoon is for the V3, not sure, but that's the Kingstone, that's for sure. And the belt is, the color of the belt is gold. You have these two accessories that you could change if you want to make the hovering effect. And also, yeah, you have the chain here on the hand, both side, and also on the feet. Yeah, there you go. Kaching, kaching. And also you have some different variations here on the gloves and on the boots, which differentiates it from the older version. So let's check the articulation before putting on the scarf or slayer. The head can turn 360 degree, which is nice. And then on the hand, it has the shoulder pad, which fortunately do not really hamper hand movements so much. And yeah, can go more than 45 degrees, which is nice because the shoulder pad is adjustable, depends on how you pose it. And then from, yeah, here is from the elbow down, the movement, not so shabby. You also have the joints for the torso and the waist over here, which is also nice. Feet, and okay, not so bad. And here, oh yeah, doesn't really, you can't really turn it like all the way here on like the Ichigo and Nigo, the old one. Yeah, you have this detail on the knee, which makes it more natural actually when you do some kind of posing like this. And then on the ankle, the movement is, yeah, standard, basic. On the toe, it's real nice, and that's about it for the articulation. Now let's put on the accessories. So before we move on to the review of the accessories, just have another comment to make on the basic design of the figure, especially the helmet. It is the antennae. As you can see here on the end of the antennae, you have some transparent parts which you do not see for the older Kamen Rider. Yeah, that's all. So moving on, I put on the scarf here, which has the golden color. It's basically the same color with all of the linings that he has here, like basically on almost every part of his body, and also his helmet, and also that he already has in the scarf that's already molded around his neck. So I also changed his hands because I don't really like the tight clenched fist one. And this one, and I just noticed that this figure doesn't really come with the clenched fist hand with the holes, which is a pity because it's one of my favorite hands, because I can use it to pose the rider on a motorcycle, to grab the handle of the motorcycle, and also to wield some weapon. So instead of that, I use both open hands, even though the left one and the right one is slightly different. For this right hand, as you can see, it's opened like this. Like, I don't know how to mention it, but like almost all of the fingers are opened like on the same angle, or I can say it, pose. Whereas for the other hand, which is the left, yeah, the left hand, as you can see here, for the ring finger and the pinky, it is a bit more clenched compared to the other ones. So it's to make him for him to make the characteristic pose that he used to make. And besides that, I also put the this turbo that he has over here, like on one side only. It's not really hard to take off this accessories and then to put on this one. It's just that when you want to put it on, there's a trick to it, because as you can see, this the turbo here, the effect part is a bit big. So if you just leave the feet here on the original position, it will be quite hard for you to put it on. So you just have to move it a bit here. And as you can see, I also just noticed now, the belt is actually slightly movable. So you can just pull the belt a bit up, so you can just put it in like that more easily. And so like this, and with this I think you can use it for the rider kick posing, so as if he's being pulled, being pushed, like from the earth to the air, this self-styled anti-gravity belt, and then he can just swoosh down again with his power to create a more powerful rider kick. Speaking of which, we will use the rider kick accessories that we have. As you can see here, it's already tailor-made to be used only for the right foot. Just gonna use it on the left because the molding will be different. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's really nice. It fits on the first try, which didn't happen with my Kamen Rider Ichigo, Ichigo, just Ichigo, not old Ichigo, because they don't really have the SHF or old Ichigo. So yeah, for this one it's really nice. You can just put it in and it's like snap by itself, like not snap, I mean broken, but snap in perfectly. So this is really nice. So not only the figure has a very good articulation for me and solid joints, but the accessories are also quite easy to use, and you don't really have that fear that you will break some parts. I mean, the figure feels really solid. My hand too. And just like what I've said before, now we will compare the size or the scale of the Kamen Rider Sango, the older release of Kamen Rider Shin Ichigo. So actually, I'd like to change my statement a bit. It's not really that much bigger compared to Ichigo actually when they're standing with a normal pose like this. If you don't bend the leg, they almost stand on the same height, but the Sango is slightly, actually it's a bit more than slightly wider than Shin Ichigo. That's why it gives the impression that the figure is actually bigger. Well, the fact that it is bigger, but it's not really taller. And also, if you can see, the size of the helmet is also almost the same, so you can still pose them together and they can still look good, because it looks like they still have the same scale. So actually I could see a bigger difference from the renewal version of the Black and RX series compared to the difference between this new generation of HHV guards compared to this older one. So Bandai, it's okay. You're safe this time. I mean, I am disappointed with some other things that you don't include in this figure, like for example the clenched fist with holes, but in general you are so forgiven, because to be honest, the figure still looks pretty nice even if you pose them together like this. And yeah, so the figure is a must buy for people like me, for people who like Kamen Rider Showa and want to have a different taste of it, or for people who actually collect Kamen Rider Heisei because he appeared in one of the Heisei series, which is Drive. So anyway, if you collect Kamen Rider, if you like such figures, the figure is really a nice addition to your collection. And I will have more posing of this guy with motorcycle, and also other action posing like the rider kick, and I will let you get it into the video. But for the review, I think that is all that I can say. It's a good figure, so go and get it. Thanks for watching.